All right. So we'll be working with hips today. So take a comfortable position where you'd like to begin the practice. So just checking with your energy levels, with your intention for today. Just allow yourself a few moments just to settle, get comfortable. Take a deep breath in through the nose, feeling the spine lengthening. And as you exhale, allow your eyes to gently float close, noticing your physical body, taking a step into the inner world. So forgetting for now anything that's happened today, anything that you need to do. It's a hump day, so we don't often have a practice midweek. So it's just like culminating point, right? So notice your energy, just how you're feeling, just simply observing. So taking a passive stance. And see if you need to wiggle or adjust, and then resolve to remain still. So we start with the 3 steps of mindful awareness and then move straight into anapanasati practice, so the simple breath awareness. So with your eyes closed, notice or see if you can feel the space your body occupies. Grow heavy from your hips down, growing tall, your hips up, reaching up through the crown of the head. And see if you can connect the energy of breathing with prana and apana. So prana is the upward energy, so the action of extending your spine, reaching up through the crown of the head, and then connecting with the grounding energy, the apana, the downward energy of the exhalation. So inhaling, feeling the expansion, lightness, and breathing out, growing heavy, softening, relaxing. So you can ever so slightly tuck the chin down and back to lengthen through the back of your neck. And draw your navel in to stabilize through the pelvis, through the lower back. So there's less pressure on the lower back, and you can maintain this upright position that's wakeful but not stiff. Notice how your breath flows. Staying with it for the whole duration of both inhale and exhale. Notice when the inhalation comes to the top of it, and there's that pause, the pinnacle, before the breath turns around and then becomes an exhalation. And then there's a pause. See if you can notice the pause without trying to extend it. Allowing your mind to be single pointed, anchoring your attention on your breath. Cycle after cycle. Noticing how unique the breaths are, that no two breaths are ever the same. No two moments of your life are ever the same. No two practices are ever the same. So see if you can be as open, welcoming, receptive, and appreciative of each moment of your life. So remaining alike, so practicing the equanimity, remaining present and anchored during the pleasurable times and then displeasurable, at peace. Become aware of the quality of your thoughts and your emotions, noticing if the mind is busy or quiet. Is your energy excited, perhaps agitated, nervous, or calm? Whatever it is, allow it to be and simply note. So this is possibly the most difficult step of the three step of mindful awareness, just noting all that's happening in the emotional and mental field without jumping on the bandwagon or placing value. So instead, see if you can allow things to be as they are. Continue to resolve to remain still and focus on the space above your upper lip and within the nostril, so that this triangle, and breathe. Notice the point of entry, the temperature of the air as it enters your body. Perhaps you can feel it in your sinuses going down your throat as it fills up your lungs, the expansion of your lungs, widening of your ribs, and the pause. And then softening, gentle contraction through the body, release of the diaphragm, and again feeling the temperature of the air. Is it cool and then warm, warm, then cool? Is the breath long? Remain focused on that triangle space, honing your attention, honing your focus. Being aware of any sensations that might be taking place in your body or any experience that you're having. You might want to move or scratch yourself. Just see if you can resist and continue to focus on the space above your upper lip. Embodying stillness on a deeper level. Just over time, allowing the fluctuations of the mind to even out. If your mind wanders, acknowledge that this is what's happened and bring your attention back to the breath. Remain soft and attentive. Just you and your breath, everything can wait for now. Notice how the silence makes you feel, the stillness, the slowing down. And then take a really deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Relax your attention and move your body in any direction that feels good. And just rest for a moment, just with your eyes closed. And it's usually in the moments after meditation, then you can reap the most benefits, if that's how you want to look at it. So some revelations might happen. So just take a moment, allow yourself to settle, come back into the room. Okay, and then open your eyes. So come into a toe stand and grab your strap. So we might as well get that out of the way. Just prepare the shoulders because we'll be coming into Marichyasana, which we did last week, I believe, but in a slightly more dynamic practice. Today it will be a bit slower. So strap as wide as you need. So just the key is to keep your arms moving in one line and straight, so no deviation. So as you inhale, bring the arms up, and then exhale down. So do this up to 5 times, just seeing how your shoulders are. You can gently draw the navel in, breathe steadily, and feel what's going on in the shoulders. If you find this too easy, you're more than welcome to shorten the strap. And then next time you bring it over your head, find a spot that feels a little bit sticky and stay there. Breathe steadily and peacefully. And release. So relax the shoulders, so roll them back a couple of times, roll them forward, and let's do it one more time. So now make the strap a little bit narrower, just so we can work beyond the comfort zone of the joint. And then inhale, arms overhead, and exhale down. So just 3 times. You can gently pull onto the strap as you're trying to break it, and then find another spot. You can explore with some movement, and then stay and breathe. And then gently release. So you can keep the strap to the side of your mat. We'll be using it shortly. For now, just release your feet. So gently pat them against the mat. And let's come into cat and cow. So feel your pelvis, initiate the movement with your pelvis as you inhale, stick your tailbone out, and then weight length through the spine, gaze forward. Exhale, push the mat away. And then inhale, come forward. Maintain the activation through the abdomen. And then exhale, push the space between the shoulder blades out. Inhale, extend your spine. And then exhale, round. So a couple more times, following your own breath, becoming aware of any sensations in the lower back, in your shoulders. And then come forward one more time, stay here. Keep your belly button drawn in, open through your heart. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, push into cat. So strongly tug the tailbone under, push the mat away. And then gently release. So now extend your right leg out, and you can gently push into the foot, just checking with the back of the leg. And then if you want to, you can lift the leg up, but trying to keep the right hip down. Extend the left arm, so for bird dog, drawing the energy to the center line of the body. So it's like we're corseting the abdominal muscles, so like an apple core, trying to remain as still as you can, pushing out through the heel, reaching out through the fingers. And then exhale, elbow and knee together around your spine. Hold it here and breathe. Inhale, re-extend. And this time bend your right leg. So the foot is flexed. You want to feel your hamstrings working. And then re-extend. So twice more. Bend. Squeeze. They might cramp. And re-extend. And then one more time, squeeze, hold it here, and you can reach for the foot with the left hand, kick the foot into the hand, lift the inner part of the right thigh, spinal extension, stabilize through the right shoulder, and hold it. Feel what your hips are doing, and gently release. Push into cat. And then back to the center. So now do the other side. So extend the left leg gently. Just press the foot in. And then keep the leg as parallel to the mat as you can. Draw the navel in. Extend your right arm. And stay. Notice what's present. You can use your ujjayi breathing to regulate your breath. Strong energy line. Kicking out through the heel. And reaching through the fingers. And then exhale, knee and elbow together. Push the mat away. Round your back as much as you can. Breathe. Lift the foot high. And then inhale, re-extend, bird dog. Exhale, bend your left leg. Squeeze. Inhale, re-extend. So twice more. Exhale, squeeze. Sonia, squeeze more. You can do it. That's it. And then re-extend. Keep the foot flexed and squeeze. This way you get your hamstrings to work a bit more. Reach for the foot with the right hand. Kick to open. Gazes down or forward. Notice what's present on this side. And then gently release. Push into cat. Slide into child's pose. Knees together if you can. Hands by your feet. Draw your navel in. You can breathe into your chest, feeling your ribs spreading across your thighs. 3 breaths. Allow your hips to get heavy. And then inhale, come on up. Come into your toe stand again. And you can bring the fists to touch and gently press them in. If you want to, you can grab the opposite elbow, roll the shoulders back and down, or if you want to, you can bring the hands into Paschima Namaskar. So obviously wrists will tell you whether it's an appropriate posture or not. And we'll stay here for a moment. Try to relax as much as you can. Draw your navel in. Drop the shoulders. So surrender. So surrender the fight. You don't need to get anywhere. You don't need to engage more. Just receive this posture. And then gently release your arms. Rest, because it can be quite taxing for the wrists. Then if you want to, you can invite some gentle movement. Just be really mindful. Give your wrists a little rub. And just rub your wrists against each other. And then you can grab your block or bolster. You'll come into a slightly passive version of Malasana. So you can rest your heels on the bolster and sit on it. You can just sit on the bolster with your feet down. You can sit on the block. So just find a setting that works for you. And then notice what's going on. Because sometimes you might have the hip openness, but just the knee is saying it's just too much. So if you want, you can begin to drop between the legs. Allow your head to dangle. And then inhale, lift up. And then slowly make your way onto your back. And then grab your strap. So from constructive rest pose, we'll start with the left leg. Straighten the leg. And get comfortable. Allow the femur bone to settle into the hip socket. If everything's good, you can extend through the right leg. And I like to hold the strap quite high so that my arms are straight but they're relaxed. Stay here and breathe. Bringing the leg closer to you if the body is welcoming or is offering that step. No fight, no force. Deep and peaceful breaths in and out. You don't need to rush anything. Now hold both ends of the strap with the left hand. Get heavy through the right side of the body and begin to externally rotate the leg out. So keeping the thigh active, so reaching out through the heel, opening through the groin, the inner thigh. And stay with your breath. Inhale back to the center, switch your hands, and then bring the legs slightly across, making sure the left hip stays down. Again, see if you can keep the body relaxed where it doesn't need to engage. So the shoulders, your jaw. Bring the leg back to the center, rebend the right one, and then gently release. So extend both legs and pause for a moment. Just feel the difference between the legs. Don't need to name any differences. See if you can sense a changed energy perhaps. And then we go to the other side. So right foot up. And decide what you want to do with the left leg. Give yourself time, step by step, entering the posture, instead of jumping into the deep end. 100% opening, and you can enter. Hold both ends with the right hand, and then we roll the right leg out. See if you can keep the foot quite high up, obviously making sure that you're working with your body, not against it. Your core is firm. And then gently come back up, and then we go to bring the leg across. So note if this side feels any different to the one we've just done, just with a sense of curiosity, just explore the ever-changing landscape of sensations, the experience. Come back to the center, rebend the left leg, release the right one, and then one more time, stretch both of them out, maybe give them a little shake, and then pause. And then roll over to one side. So you can stay just propping your head up like you're chilling on the beach or at a picnic, or you can stay all the way down, see what feels best. And then keep your legs bent. And then as you inhale, externally rotate the thigh, bringing the right foot towards the left knee, and then exhale down. So we're working the external hip rotators. Inhale, lift. Try to bring that knee quite far away from your body, and exhale down. You can also feel your groins. Potentially, I can. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Lift and lower twice more. Bring the knee up and down. And one more time, lift and hold. Keep breathing. Feel the engagement. A steady breath. And then gently release. So you can shake that leg out. And now we're going to bring so slide the foot towards the knee and then bring the knee towards the shoulder. And then release. So all the way down. So 4 more times. Lift, squeeze, and lower. 3. Down. 2. And down. 1 and hold. Then straighten the leg if you can. And then rebend, release. So shake that leg out. So now we're going to do this full movement. Foot to knee, knee to shoulder, and then straighten the leg as much as you can. Let's do it 4 more times. So 4 and lower. 3 and down. 2 and 1. Hold. If you want to, you can grab hold of your ankle or your heel and gently bring the leg closer to you. Try not to topple over. So that's the easier one, to be fair. And then gently release, relax, shake that leg out. And let's go to the other side. Gonna do a nice pigeon later, I think, to release the glutes. Okay, so now you know what's coming. So inhale, foot to the knee, roll the hip out. Exhale down. Inhale and exhale. 3. Lower. 2. Down. 1 and hold. See if you can feel what's happening, what muscles are participating in this. And then gently release, shake it out, take a breather. And now slide and lift the knee towards the shoulder. And then gently release. 4. Lift the knee as high as you can and lower. 3. Keep opening through the hip and down. 5. Hold it. Breathe. A little bit longer. And relax. So shake that leg out. And then last but not least, full extension. So lift and straighten the leg. That's it. Point your toes like a ballerina. And then bring it down. Lift and straighten. 4. Rebend and release. 3. Keep externally rotating. And down. And then lift, straighten and hold. Pull the knee as close to the shoulder as you can. Just using the strength of your abs. And now if you want to, you can grab hold of your heel, bringing the leg closer to you. Minding your balance. And then gently release. Roll onto your back. So now bring the right leg into half happy baby. So external rotation in the right thigh, the ankles over the knee. It's like you're trying to bring the right knee down. Hold it here for a moment. You can extend through the left leg. And then bring the right leg across your body so that the shin is kind of parallel to your torso. And then you're going to grab the outer part of the right foot with the left hand and slide the right arm underneath your right calf. So for this, you need to lift your shoulder blades off the mat. So using your core, squeeze your glutes, and you can stay here or bring the left arm underneath. Flex your right foot. And it's like you're reading a magazine. And hold it here. Left foot is down. See how close you can bring the leg to your forehead. And then gently release. Rebend the left leg. Slowly straighten the right leg out. Give it a little wiggle. And let's do the other side. So half happy baby, whatever variation is available to you. So hold it here. Notice what happens if you extend the right leg. Keep your forehead soft. Focus on your breath. And then bring the left foot across. Switch the hands and bring the left arm underneath the right. And then you can add the right one as well to see how things are on this side. See if you can bring the leg closer towards your forehead. Finding that balance between steadiness and ease. And then gently release. Rebend the right leg. Straighten both legs out. Give them a little shake. And then roll yourself up, balancing on your sit bones. So hold it here for a moment. Open through your chest. You can hold your legs. Squeeze your abs. And then cross your legs and gently roll over them. So wherever you get to, this is where you get to. Just to relax through the hips for a moment. And then come back up into Navasana. So start by tilting the pelvis back. Open through the chest. You want to lift the center of your chest and then lift your legs. Maintaining this position, so it can be quite tricky to have the pelvis in the posterior tilt, but lifting the sternum up, you can hold the legs or choose to extend your arms. Your feet are in line with your knees. Keep lifting your chest up, your shoulders are relaxed, and breathe. Notice what's present. Feel your hips. And then switch the cross of the legs. Don't remember which one I've done. And then again, one more time, roll over. So just to release the hips. We're not going to stay here for long. And then inhale, lift up. And then one more time. Find your pelvis tilted back. Lift your chest. And then find your version of Navasana. So check where you need to be, where you want to be. It's not a competition, not even with yourself. 4 more breaths. Squeeze your legs together. Lift the center of the chest for 3, for 2, for 1. And then come into the hollow body shape. So lower back is down. Reach out through your toes and your hands. And then fully relax. Take 2 rounds of breaths and make them count. Enjoy this moment of rest, however long, however short. And then roll yourself up, cross your feet, tuck your feet under, so you roll over them, and you can step into downward facing dog. Externally rotate the shoulders, lift your hips, straighten your back, relax your neck, your drishti is between your knees. Focus on your breath. And then step 1 foot between the hands. And then lift up so you're facing the long edge of your mat. So just that you can see me. And then I'm gonna sink into one side so you can keep the heel down or lifted, and it's the same with the other foot. It can stay down or you can lift it up. So for Skandasana position, just be mindful of what's happening in the inner part of the leg. As long as you can feel it in the muscles instead of the joint or ligaments, it's fine. And just stay here for a moment, making sure that the leg is bent. You're finding that external rotation. You can use your hands and gently roll forward, maybe from side to side. Just settle here for a moment. Work with your breath. And then keeping your hands down, lift your hips up slightly and transition to the other side. So move slowly. Allow the body to some time to catch up with what's going on. And the expression disposed on the other side might look a lot different. So see if you can find a deeper acceptance and compassion for your body. It's doing the best it can. So we can let go of this need for symmetry. And again, roll forward and back, maybe explore slightly different position of your feet. And then one more time, transition over to, for me, it's the right side. Stay here. Maybe keep the right hand down and lift the left arm up, opening through the chest. And lower. Go to the other side. The same principle if you want to. Use the left hand to stabilize and open through the right shoulder. And then make your way into plank. Tuck your tailbone under, so feel your hips, what they're doing in this posture. And then exhale, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale into cobra or up dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Stay here and breathe. Walk your feet about halfway in for a simple hanging forward fold. Draw the navel in, and you want to stack your hips over your ankles, so you're tipping the weight onto the balls of your feet. Inhale, length, wavelength through the spine as you exhale, fold. So you can clasp the opposite elbow, relaxing through your spine, and then feel your hips. A couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, slowly roll yourself up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find Tadasana. Feet together. And then stabilizing through the left leg. Inhale, reach your right knee up. Grab hold of the big toe. And then re-straighten your spine. Left hand on the hip or the waist. You can use the strap as well, or just work on your balance. Perhaps that's your objective for today, not necessarily going further. If you want to, straighten the leg and try to lift the foot as high as you can. Relax the shoulders. Keep tucking the tailbone under. And then, last but not least, we open the leg out to the side, making sure the hips are not sliding out to the side. If you want to look the opposite way, gently come back to the center. You can grab the outer part of the foot with the left hand and reach your right arm back for a twist. Keep opening through the chest. Lift the right foot higher. Use your core to stabilize. And then gently come back to the center. Release the leg. Shake the left leg out. Great stuff. Let's do the other side. Pressing down through the right foot. Inhale, left leg up. Grab hold of the big toe. Check how things are on this side. And take your time to find the connection with apana, so the downward energy. So you can find the grounding, and then you can straighten the leg. And lift the foot. Calm and steady breath. Gently begin to open your left leg out to the side. Even if you've got your knee bent, you can still open out to the side. Look the other way. Gently come back to the center and see if you want to switch the hands. So moving for a twist into a twist. Squeeze your core, lengthen your spine and open through the chest. And then slowly come back. Release the leg. Shake it out. Shake both of them out. Come to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, step the foot between the hands. Drop your left knee down. And come into a twist here. So you can use your right hand to bring the leg closer to you. So it's like you're dropping the left hip down. You can drop into so the left shoulder comes closer towards your ear. And it's like you're rotating the left hip down gazing behind. So your inner part of the right foot may lift, and that's okay. And then inhale, we lift back up. And then exhale, roll the hip down. So one more time, lift and lower. And then come back to mid position. Bend your left leg, and then hold it here. So feel your hamstrings working. Oh no, the light's gone off. And then grab hold of the right foot. So you can bring it towards your left thumb cheek and work on releasing your quadriceps. So stay with your breath. Quads are quite tricky to release, so they need some time. And make the most of it. And I'm back. If you want to deepen the posture, you can square your chest towards the front edge of your mat. Just slightly changing the position of the leg, so it kind of like gets into the inner part of the thigh. And then gently release. Slowly bring it all the way back. Tuck your back toes, lift your left knee, just stay here. And then make your way into downward facing dog. Then step your left foot between the hands. Drop your right knee down. And it's the same principle here. You use the left hand on the thigh and you try to roll the right hip down. You can stay here for a moment. Notice what you can feel and where. And then inhale, unroll. And then exhale, bring it back down. That's it. So one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to the center. And now we bend the right leg. Reach for the foot. And start the quad stretching journey again. Lucky for me that we did the left side to begin with because my right side is a lot tighter. So what do? We accept things as they are, finding a deeper appreciation for the body. You can use your ujjayi breath if you're struggling, if there's a lot of tension in the body, just so you can remain present and attentive without trying to run away. Square your chest towards the front edge of the mat if you like. And then gently release, tuck your back toes, lift the left knee, stay here for a moment, and make your way into downward facing dog. And then cross your feet, so bringing one leg forward and the other one, so you can sit down and bring the legs through. So it's a modified version of jumping through. Now we can come into a couple of seated postures. So just first of all, bring the right hand to the shoulder, lift the arm up, and then guide your elbow behind and down, drawing the ribs in. So we isolate this to the shoulder. Press the back of the head into the left arm. And if you want to, you can lean to the left or even explore some extra movement. Couple more breaths. Come back to the center. Keep the right arm and hand as it is, and then bring the left arm behind so you can grab the fingers. So for a bind, you can use a strap. Make my way back. Okay, and just feel what's happening in the left shoulder. So you've got internal rotation, whereas the right shoulder is externally rotating. And then gently release your arms and then pause. So the other side. First of all, just the elbow. Keep your spine long, your chest open. Draw your navel in. And then reach to the side, maybe forward. Just a couple more breaths. And then keep the left hand where it is. Internally rotate the right shoulder and reach. Grab your fingers. Keep rotating the right shoulder in and the left one out. And then gently let go. Allow your shoulders to rest. You can roll them back, maybe forward. There's any kind of movement that you feel drawn to for a couple of breaths. And then from toe stand, if you want to, you can sit on your heels, depending what your knees say about this. And then we'll bring the right arm up, so the bicep is by the ear, focusing on the upper portion of the chest, so from the bottom of the shoulder blades, if I was facing the other way, to this region, we want to reach diagonally and fold, so not all the way down, but where the shoulder blades meet the back of the ribs, so arching through the upper back. So inhale, come up, reach up, and then exhale, fold. So inhale, and then exhale, and one more time, and then reach, and release. Shake it out. Let's do on the other side. So left arm up, strong reach up, and then as you exhale, protract the shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lighten cat, pushing out the space between the shoulder blades. 3 more times. Lift and lower. 2 and down. 1 and fold, and then release. So shake this shoulder out as well. Just check what's going on. Okay, so from the seated position, find Dandasana position. So legs together, feet are flexed. You engage the thighs so you can lift your heels. So this is me not engaging my quads, and this is me engaging them so the heels lift off the mat. It might not happen for you, but you still want to find this activation of the thighs. And just check how your pelvis is. Maybe slide it out, so like the flesh. So it'll be easier to maintain an elongated position of the lower back. And then hands down, tuck your chin down and back for Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, and hold it. Keep drawing the navel in, so Uddiyana Bandha. Squeeze your glutes, find Mula Bandha, and then gently release. So first of all, let's come into Janu Shirshasana. So bring the foot in, allow the knee to drop out, and check if you need any extra adjustments. So it's more we're focusing on opening through the hips. Of course, if you have tight hamstrings, you will feel it there, but focus on the external rotation of the hip. That's what we've been mainly focusing today. Square your chest towards the left leg and reach your hands forward. You can interlace your fingers. You can use a strap for this as well, or you can grab hold of the opposite wrist and then drop your forehead towards the knee. Keep lengthening through the right side of the body. Breathe into your lungs as opposed to your belly. And then inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Lift your right knee up and through Dandasana position, go to the other side. But there's no rush. Take your time, just feeling the body. And then turn your chest towards the extended leg and just see what you're working with on this side. Again, take your time, feel what's going on with your core. And with each breath in, lengthen through the spine. And each breath out, you can go deeper. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, release. Then gently come up. Lift the left knee. Dandasana position. And now we move into Marichyasana A. So bending the right leg. Keep the foot about hand width apart from the foot away from the thigh. And then I like to open my knees out wide. It would be easier if I show it from this side. So open my knee out so I can make some space. So I can lean forward and then I bring my knee to the shoulder. Then I switch my hands. So bring my left hand to the right ankle so I can keep the contact between the knee and the shoulder, because that's what you need to do to then being able to wrap the arm. But first of all, bring the shoulder into external rotation. So dropping the shoulder down and the arm is extended for now. So this motion, and remembering that it's not just about the bind, but the engagement and active internal rotation is what supports the muscles around the collarbones, and there won't be any strain. So just hold it here for a moment and then you can release. Just shake it out, maybe roll it out. And if you know that bind is a no-go and there's no one there to pass the strap, because you can do it yourself, I suppose, but it's really difficult. So then just focus on that internal rotation and holding it. Because if you can't hold it with the physical strength, then any kind of bind will be essentially taxing on like the whole shoulder structure and the collarbones, which is what we want to avoid. But we can try, maybe we can come to a bind on this side, maybe not, it's okay. So make the space, lean forward, so you've got that forward tilt, internal rotation of the shoulder, get cozy, and then begin to wrap the arm around. And maybe this is where you stay, dropping the shoulder down, or you reach your left hand behind. If you've got the bind, don't forget to drop the shoulder down and reach forward. Breathing into the space between the shoulder blades, you might feel a stretch there. Keep folding over the leg wherever you are. And then slowly lift up, release the hands, come back into Dandasana position, pause, and we'll go to the other side. So first of all, we're starting with just the internal rotation and holding. So left foot in, make some space, check how things are, and then reach, and like you're bypassing that leg. Internally rotate and squeeze it in and hold it. This is the hardest part of the posture. Breathe steadily. Core is active, legs are active. One more cycle of breath here. And then gently release. So you can roll it out, any kind of movement. All right, let's try the bind on this side. Remember that one shoulder is usually stronger. One might be more flexible, but you might be needing strength. So be compassionate. It's not about achieving, but about practicing. And so the compound interest of all of the effort that you put in that eventually comes into fruition. And eventually, it's a very relative term, right? So let's try that. So reach forward. Use that right hand to bring that leg closer. And then drop the shoulder down as you wrap the arm around. Maybe bring the right arm towards the left. And try to bring the chin towards the right knee. Just surrender. Notice what's happening. Be at one with the inner space of your body. 2 more breaths. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, gently release. Find Dandasana position. And then we will build a tower. But not necessarily a tower, but if you've got a bolster and a block, then you can place the block underneath the bolster just to create like a slope. If you've got 2 bolsters, I don't, but I'm using a sofa cushion, which are incredibly handy for yoga. And then going to bring this one over. And if you just got one, then you've got one. Make the best of what you've got. We don't need to have, all the props, because then it's like all the gear and no idea. Just see what we've got and just make the most of it. So you come into a reclining butterfly shape, Supta Baddha Konasana, but a restorative posture to also open through the heart. So feet together in a wider diamond shape or closer towards your pubis to see how your hips and groins are feeling after this practice. So get comfortable, make sure that your head is supported. You can just bring the arms overhead and just hold your hands. If you want to, you can grab the opposite elbow and do the same thing, or just extend your arms out to the sides. So breathe deeply, feeling the expansion in your chest and lengthening through your body as you breathe in. And as you exhale, let go of any tension, any tightness. And so like any mental clutching, just put in a neutral. Give yourself permission to relax. Forgive yourself for any criticism, any negative self-talk, for any mistakes that you've made, any times you think you failed. It's all a learning curve. On the mat, off the mat. Every time we think that we've made a mistake, there's no need to be harsh on yourself, beat yourself up. Forgive yourself. Feel your heart space. And relax your arms if you want to. Keep your palms facing up to embody that state of receptivity. Take 2 more breaths. And then gently, one knee at a time, bring them up. Roll over to one side. Get rid of your props. You might want to keep one of them handy. We're going to come into pigeons, so you can find a slightly deeper variation, but it wouldn't be too taxing. So you can work to keeping the shin parallel to the ground, but at the same time you need to make sure that the right hip goes down. So mine is, well, I've been working with the hips this week, so it's not too bad actually, but I will still use my bolster just to ever so slightly elevate it so I can maintain the position of the left shin, but it's not taxing on the knee. So just check where you are, where you can get to, where it feels appropriate. And then you can stay upright or come onto your forearms or extend your arms. Deep and conscious breaths. Take 3 more. And then slowly begin to lift up. And you can make your way through plank or down dog to the other side. So taking your time, moving your props. Honor your body's limitations. Check that your back leg is nice and straight, including the foot. Gently lift up, feeling the interaction of the legs on the ground, and then choose where you want to go and stay. Take 3 mindful cycles of breath, dropping deeper with each exhalation. And then slowly begin to come up. Sweep your left leg over. And find a comfortable seated position. We're going to take 6 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. So close off your left nostril, breathing through the right. Close the right, exhale left. In left. Out right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And out. Release your hand position. Breathe naturally through the nose. And come down onto your back. And cross. Bring the right knee towards your chest. Bring the leg over for a simple reclining twist. And then back through the center to the other side. I'm just noticing how your hips are, your lower back. Roll onto your back for Shavasana. Take a deep breath in, hold, and sigh it out. Releasing any residual tension or stress. Give yourself permission to relax. Take a deeper breath in. Exhale through the mouth, moving your hands, your feet, and roll over to one side and pause for a moment. And gently come up into a seated position. Unmute yourself. And find a comfortable seat. Bring the hands at your heart. And then gently bow your head, surrendering your mind to your heart. Just feeling gratitude for your body, for yourself, for taking out the time for your busy day to be here, to connect with yourself. And lift your head up, and let's close the practice. One round of Om. So inhale. As you next exhale, gently open your eyes. Thank you very much for your practice with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.
How are you feeling?